Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? We're doing another live this evening. Let's see if we can crush it past to the 5,000 mark. Let's see if we can make that goal. We're going to just start with an opening statement while we are waiting for people to come on board. This is a sovereign field. Only those aligned with clarity, self-responsibility, and readiness to heal may enter. Urgency, desperation, and self-serving energy dissolve at the edge of this space. I repel noise, I magnetize truth. All that does not match my frequency passes through without impact. Only resonance is welcome. And so, as everybody is starting to come on board, just a few words just to seal this environment, keep all the noise out of it. This is a clarity space, not a free for all. If you're here looking to truly heal, to hear something real, or to align with your next step, you're in the right place. If you're looking to interrupt, demand, or project any urgency, you won't find traction here. I don't offer performance, I offer presence. So if you're ready for something real, let's begin. And hopefully with that, the rules here in this space are we stay polite, we stay patient, we allow our answers to come to us, we don't force. So that means we put one question in per person. Not everybody will get a question answered, but we try to answer as many people as possible. We ask that you have some patience and allow, which means you only ask your question once. Anything more than once is urgency and desperation, and that's not the energy that's allowed here. So with that, as people are starting to come on board, I'm just going to clear the decks with some clearing, and at the same time, we're going to shuffle them a little bit, and let's see who's going to be the first person to ask some questions as I get my decks ready to respond to whatever questions come through. So hopefully somebody's going to put a question in a few seconds here while people are joining. So just welcome to everybody who is joining. We're just getting the decks ready and clear the deck, and want to make sure we get a good shuffle in. As I was saying before, this is a clarity space, not a free-for-all. If you're truly here to truly heal, to hear something real, or to align with your next step, you're in the right place. If you're looking to interrupt, demand, or project, if you have sense of urgency and desperation, you won't find traction here. I don't offer performance. I offer presence. So if you're ready for something real, let's begin, and let's get the first question in. So who's going to be the first question? And we'll go from there. Hopefully everybody has a question here, and have few. Didn't do anything this morning because I had a few more kerfuffles with technology. It looks like TikTok is doing some major upgrades to the platform, but it also caused some grief in resetting everything up again. So who is going to be the first person to ask a question? It's one question per person. And with that, let's start asking some questions. Cards are ready. I'm ready. Let's see who's going to be the first one in. And if nobody wants to be the first one, we'll maybe either pull a card or talk about something relevant. So while we're waiting, maybe we'll talk a little bit, about healing and what starts a healing process. Many of you just starting to awaken, you're starting to, find your own self a little bit. You're starting to get curious why things don't seem like they did before. And so what we want to do is you just have to allow things to unfold as they unfold, but you have to be open and you have to choose. Healing's a choice. It is not something that happens automatically. And so Tisha Sunny HB is going to be our first person who's asked a question. She's asked a question in clarity. She wants to know about relationship. So if you've not been on my channel before, one of the first things I do when somebody asks about a relationship, because usually I read into it, means that you don't have a relationship going in this now moment. And if you do, there's something wrong. So let's see what's going on, because we only look at ourselves, right? We don't look at anybody else. And the reason we don't do that, because you can't change anybody else. You can only change yourself, and you can only change yourself and heal yourself if you so choose to, and you see it within yourself as something that needs to be addressed. So for you, in the energies, what we see is you have that energy of love sucks, right? And I'm going to hold this up as close as I can to this so everybody can see it. And why does love suck? Because you stop believing in love. It's time for you to start healing that. You can believe in love, but you have to find love for yourself first. And as you find that internal love for yourself, then you're going to find the love that you really want. But you have to sit with yourself and you have to ask yourself, why is it that you feel love sucks? Where did it happen? Find the pattern, then we find the healing. And that's what we do here because we are a healing channel, Silver Fox Spiritual Healing. It's not Silver Fox Spiritual Reading. It is healing, and it's all about just that. We're going to heal and we're going to work on healing by finding what's going on, what's triggering, finding what's in that energy, and then allow for that energy to work with yourself. So if you are serious and you do want a relationship, first thing you have to do is get a relationship with yourself. I hope that helps. And with that, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. That is the requirement. I love the gifts, but for me, the like, follow, and share are the most important things. And thank you for the dolphin. I appreciate it, Tesha. And if when you're ready and willing, go to my Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube. It's a healing channel. It's a lot of free healings. I would start with Inner Child for you. It's usually the best one to start with. And so thank you for asking that question, Tesha. And Eunice, did you pass the exam that you did yesterday? Well, let's see what the universe wants to say about that. And Spirit's saying go and nah. And so what Spirit's really saying on this is that you've got two energies. You're really second guessing yourselves. Just believe you did. And if you believe you did, and you overwhelmingly believe you did, then you will. Yeah, and it's great. So, Tesha, you're making the right move, and this is why you've been called here again, because you're aligning, right? And it takes time. Be soft on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Trust me, I've been in this space for a while myself, just in my own journey. Just because I'm up here spouting on the TikTok on the internet, it doesn't mean that I've fully completed that journey either. But every day is a choice. We choose to heal, we choose to feel, we choose to get off that hamster wheel. That's my motto, and just keep choosing yourself. And so Liz is asking, um, will Kevin come back to Liz soon? So you want to know if your boy is coming back. So my default answer, Liz, if you haven't been on this channel before, it's who cares? And why do we say who cares? Because he left for a reason, because the two of you weren't an energetic match, right? You were at different frequencies. And the only way he can come back is going to be if you work on yourself. Just like I said to Tasha, it's all about self. It's not about anybody else. We don't focus on anybody else in this now moment. I'll pull what's going on, but you need to really focus on yourself and what is it that you need in this now moment. And once you focus on that, so Spirit says maybe in a year, but you're going to have to work in yourself too first, because you're not truly an energetic match for that person anymore, and you may not ever be, because there might be something better as you work on yourself. You don't want to get less than what you deserve. You don't want to make yourself small, but you have to heal to make yourself bigger. You have to take that dim light, because you've allowed your light to come dim for a long time, and you have to brighten it. And how do you do it? By choosing to heal, choosing to feel. I hope that helps you. So with that, let's see who else has some questions here. This is live readings and activations. And Trina, will your husband John receive a great job offer this summer? Well, I hope he does, because there's nothing better than a great job offer, especially one that aligns with where you are within your frequency, within your authenticity. That's what you want. And so let's see. Let's, instead of asking will, right? Let's believe it will, because that's where we need to be. That's what manifests things, is all about belief. And let's look at timing. Let's see what that wishful clock is going to tell us. When, is it probable? When we look at timing, the timing is fluid, so it can change at any now moment. As you start to change, as you start to heal, as you start to believe, you can really manifest a faster trajectory, right? It's all in how you focus on yourself. And so let's see where we are. And so what I have for you is it depends on the progress of construction, right? And this is exactly what I said, right? You got to start believing, you got to start working on self. You have to start trusting that what's there is coming in. And when he does, it's going to be a few months later. So first thing he's got to do is focus on, yes, this job is coming. Yes, he deserves this job. Yes, this job is in alignment with him and it's already coming through. And as he believes it, it's going to come through, but he has to start working on believing. I hope that helps you. And let's see who was that answered that question. Can't seem to find you anymore, but yep, that's for Tina Orique. So hopefully that helps you. Please do not forget to please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Trying to get to that mysterious 5,000 boundary, hoping to get to it today. And Sadhna, will you pass your driving test? Didn't you ask this one yesterday, Sadhna? Sadhna, ask a different question, because as you focus so much on asking this over and over again, you're going to push it away. I don't want that to happen, so I'm not going to answer that one. I need you to really focus on it's already happened. You've already passed. Can you drive? You're confident in your driving. It doesn't sound like you're confident in your driving. And what you need to do is start working on that confidence within yourself, because that's what's going to manifest it. Because if you're not believing in yourself and you take that test, well, guess what? You're going to fail. So don't do that. Start believing in yourself instead. Stop focusing on a card telling you you're going to pass. Know that you're going to pass. And Kaylee, thank you. Will Rob contact you? And so, I get a lot of these new ones. Will somebody contact me? And the standard answer on this channel, I'm not going to give you a lot of fluff, is who cares, right? Get out of that energy of wanting, of needing, of pulling on energy that's no longer there. And let's see what Spirit is going to say with that, because once you release it, then the potential happens, but you can't while you're tugging on energy where he's not contacting you, because you're focusing on lack, not positive. And Spirit says once you release them, most likely, but you got to start working on releasing it. And it's not easy. I actually channeled a huge, huge healing for exactly that, giving up something, somebody that you had thought you would never give up ever in this life. And it helps you grieve that, because it is a mourning period, because you grieve the person, you grieve the energy, and you also grieve that version of you that made yourself small to keep waiting for that one person that never showed up. So maybe you want to visit that. That's on YouTube, Silver Fox Spiritual. That is my latest channel, so it'll be right there, front and center. And so, Copy, should you listen to the timeline that was given to you? What do you feel in your heart? You tell me, what do you feel in your heart? Because timelines shouldn't be given to you. You should be creating those timelines yourself, because you're allowing somebody control over you by creating that timeline outside of yourself. But let me know what that is. And how are you doing, Steffi? And Nashaba, yeah, we'll get you a card. And Susan, I don't do any mediumship, but if you believe they are, then they were. Right? You don't need anybody to interpret for you. You need to interpret through your own heart. What do you feel in your heart? Ask yourself that question in this now moment. And for you, Nishaba, you gotta get out of these drama mamas. You're still hanging out with these drama mamas, people who just drag you down, because it's the law of resonance, right? If you're hanging out with people with a low vibration, well, they pull your vibration down. It's not the other way around. You're variable vibing low than high. And so Spirit's saying you need to get out of this space, these people that are dragging you down, and find yourself, even if you have to be by yourself, get rid of these people and start working on self. And as you work on self, then things are going to move for you. How are we doing, Des? My favorite fan. Let's see what card we have for you, Des. And Des, I think you're going to get a message of love today. I think it's calling me, this deck. So let's see what we have. Let's see what's going on. And so if anybody would like a card, just say, please, may I have a card? It's nice to say hello, but if you want a card, it's okay to say something twice. I just meaning that yes, you would like a card, and if you have a specific question to ask after you say hello, that's okay. I don't get cranky on that. It's just when somebody asks the same question over and over again. So Des, somebody wants to tell you the truth. There's going to be a reveal coming soon. I'm sure you know who this is, or you have an intuition around it. It's going to come through. You're going to get the answer. Hopefully that makes sense. Des, you've been in a funk. Can I do you a quick light language? Yeah, you know what? I can. And this will be for anybody who's here that is interested in kind of just lightening up your energy. What I'm going to do is the intention I'm going to do is just for you to bring in your own energies of self to release some of the burdens that you've been carrying so that life seems a little bit lighter. It's only going to be a short version, very short, but it'll allow you to kind of get a quick, dose. I'll call it the dose of sunshine. So anybody who wants to receive, hold off on questions for a few seconds. This is for anybody. You want to receive it, just set the intention. Light language is meant to be listened through the heart, not through the mind. It's a high frequency language that was spoken when I was at a much higher dimension, not this lower realm that we're in. Because of that, those words carry a lot of power. So if you want to participate, say in your mind yes. If you don't, say in your mind no. You don't need to participate. This won't affect you if you say no inside of your head. And for those of you who do want a little bit of lightness in your life, let's bring it in. Set the intention that you want to release something that is keeping you kind of in the lower space, a little bit down, and you want to bring in the energies from self that are going to make you smile a little bit. And so with that, let's set our intentions. We set the intentions only for the frequency of love, only from frequencies of ourselves at the highest level, and at the same time, only for our highest, best good, highest timeline, and no harm to anybody. So with that, let's just set our intentions and start just breathing in a little bit and listen with your heart, not with your mind. Shana wa ne du shine de papa shau shana ai shine wi she ba na u no ni she ne ne ba ya u shana na ai she shine u ba shau wi she shana ai shine di shi shi shana na u she ne ne ai she ne ne ba u shi shana na she 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 u ne ba na nu ba na ni she 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 ba na u shu 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 ba ni u she wo shana na she she shana na u she she ba ni she 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 o unu no ba sha. All right, that was just a small little sample. Oh, there goes the release. Many people will release with burps, flatulence, feelings, memories, visions. Everybody experiences it separately. So Des, let me know how you've experienced that. And for those of you who've never experienced light language, that's a short example of what a light language healing can do. I do them in private sessions. They run anywhere from $25 to $60 for light language. And the readings that I do are from $10 to $60 with the full readings are 60. They're 35 minutes via Zoom. And what we do is we get a bonus light language healing once we discover what it is that you need to work on and what the energies are telling us. So something to release, something to activate, that'll be discovered within the reading. And the readings are through Zoom, so you can ask questions. We can spin on a dime. You can start with one question and wind up with a different one in the end. So if anybody is interested, I do them generally on Thursdays and Sundays. I have a few slots open for tomorrow. Just reach out to me with silverfoxspiritual@gmail.com or send me a DM. And you're welcome, Des. I'm glad that made you feel a little bit better because we love you here on this channel. Des is one of my best fans. She's always liking and sharing, and we appreciate her so much. And so let's see who we have here. A few people that asked for a card. So Ivan, if you're still here, let's see if we can get you a card. Hopefully you are. Looks like you are. So let's see what we have here for Ivan. Wow, that popped straight out. And gratitude. So Spirit's telling you it's time to get into a space of gratitude. You see the heart, you see how they're hugging, and at the same time, you see how it's like all purple. So this is divine love that's coming in for yourself. This is coming in through your third eye, but you have to be in an energy of gratitude to start receiving it. I hope that helps you. And let's see what else we have here. And So, Deanna, you wish to be yourself again. Well, so Deanna, for you, what you need to do is you have to actually choose to be yourself again, right? Wishing is lack, choosing is where you start to attract. And so, what you want to do is change the narrative that you're giving yourself because you're begging for something to come in, and when we beg we don't have, and that's an energy that pushes things away. You know, I wish this universe worked in a different way, but you have to get out of the collective because the collective matrix is what causes this, and you have to get into your own self and into your own energies so you can manifest at will. Whatever the collective says doesn't matter. You're going to push that away. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to look at your energy here as what is going on with you. And so Spirit is saying you need some joy. Right now, it feels like somebody's taking your power away. You see that big yellow there, yellow everywhere, and that's your solar plexus. That's your source of power, right? And for you, you need to take your power back. Somebody's taken it away, and you gave it away voluntarily, and you need to start taking this back. You need a full solar plexus. I'm hearing solar plexus, heart, and sacral. So you need a big healing. You need to ground a little bit more. Go to my Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube. There's some free healings for that. I hope that makes sense for you. Once you start releasing those things that you're agreeing to allow somebody else to take your energy, your power, then you're going to be in a better place. And so everybody here, I'm backing up just a little bit. So just be patient. I will try to get to as many people as possible. So let's see who else is asking for a card. And Karen, did you want a card? Just tell me yes or no. I'll get you one. And so Lisa Shift, let's see where we are here. Let's get you a card. And we have some new people joining, so I'm just going to run through my usual spiel. There's only a couple things that I require, like, follow, share, and subscribe. Let's see if we can slam that follow so I can get to the 5,000 mark. And the other thing is just a little bit of patience. I don't respond to urgency. People who are, just me. What I respond to is just patience and allowing. And with that, that's the best energy. It's resonance, right? And the way I look at it, right, it's a clarity space, not a free for all. If you're here to truly heal, if you hear something real or to align with your next step, you're in the right place. If you're looking to interrupt, demand, or project, you won't find traction here. And I don't offer performance, I offer presence. So if you're ready for something real, here we go. And so with that, I believe I promised, let me just roll back here. It was Lisa Shiflett. Let's get you a card. I'm just feeling into what card deck is for you at this now moment. I think this is it. And for you, change your energy, Lisa. Right now, your energy, you're going through the what I call the hamster wheel of karma, right? And because you're making the same decision over and over again, it may be on a person, it may be on an event, but what you're doing is you're going through the hamster wheel. It's like a Ferris wheel that just keeps on going, and there's no attendant to stop. And so, what Spirit is saying for you is to just take a pivot, look at situations that are repeating in your life, and try something net new because you're going to, as you observe what is going on, then you can say, hey, I've made this same decision over again and again. Now it's in your awareness. Then you can choose to change it. And that's how we exit that hamster wheel. That's how we release those contracts. Sometimes it's right in front of us, but we never see it because we don't believe that it's true. It's cognitive dissonance, and we need to just change our focus. And so let's see where we are here. Now everybody won't get a card. I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can. I can't guarantee everybody gets one, but just be patient. I may do a pick a pile where you'll be able to do your own intuition, so everybody will get something out of this. Usually, I'll do it somewhere, another 5 or 10 minutes from now. So Steffi's asking if she could have a card. Let's see what the cards want to say for Steffi. So too many. I'm only going to take what's up on top. And for you, Steffi, what's going on here is you've got no faith in yourself, none whatsoever. And I'm hearing like doubting Thomas. You need to touch it, you need to see it, you need to have it slap you in the face for you to believe in it. And you got to believe in yourself. And the only way you're going to start believing in yourself is to sit with yourself and allow yourself to show you that you have always been supported by self every time. You just haven't wanted to hear it, or you've pushed it away. It's like the child that sees the flame on the stove and says, "Oh, that flame is so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. I want to touch it." And the parent says, "No, don't touch it. You're going to get burned." And you know what? You don't care. You say, "I don't care what you have to say, parent. I'm touching that flame anyway." And what happens? You start screaming, but then you blame the parent because the parent tried to warn you, but you didn't want to because you wanted your independence. And for you, you need to get to that place where you're having faith in yourself, faith in your intuition, because it never left you. You just got mad and kind of had a tantrum about it. And it's time for you to go back in and trust and find yourself again. I hope that makes sense for you. And let's see who else we have here. Time pass. Let's see what we have for you. I feel it's an energy card for you. And so for you, it's the second person I've gotten with gratitude. So this is not just for you. This is for everybody here. This is a collective message. Uh, Bring a little bit more gratitude in your life, because as you do, and sometimes it's really hard, right? It's hard to be grateful when everything is just falling apart. And so many of us just get mad and get angry, right? And with that, what we have to do is we just have to find something to focus on, whether it's the, nice piece of candy that you just ate. It tastes so good, even though it's fattening. Who cares? It tastes great. Be grateful for that taste, right? Find something, whatever it is, glass of wine. Maybe just love the way that your outfit looks in that now moment. You find that, focus on it, and it's going to change your life. Let's see who else we have here. So bear with me. I got a lot of backs up here. So just allow and just sit back, and I will try to get to as many people as I can. I can't promise I'm going to get to everybody. With that, let's see. And I'm going to pull a few people who I haven't seen a lot. So Golden Phantom, I don't think I've ever seen you on here asking for a question. I'm going to give you a card. Uh, so for you, we got three cards that came out, and one of the biggest challenges you have is about expectations, because every time you have an expectation, what happens? It gets this, you get a disappointment because you didn't get what you wanted. And why didn't you get what you wanted? Because you're not feeding yourself the right energy. Nutrition is not always about food. It's about what you're feeding your soul. It's about what you're feeding in your own narrative. Release these expectations. Allow for things to flow a little bit smoother. And Spirit's asking you to take a 30-day challenge, right? Start challenging yourself that every time you start setting up an expectation, shut it down. Stop allowing it and shut that voice down in your head. And as you do that, you're going to find that things are going to align much better for you. I hope that helps you. Let me know if that makes sense. And let me see who else we have here. Like I said, I want to pick a few people. I'm not going to get to everybody today. And so, Sandy, you're the next person on our what is it that I am doing in this now moment that is blocking love? And you know what? I'm going to probably do that as one of our pick-up piles in about 5 minutes or so, but I'm going to give you yours personally first. So, what is it in this now moment that Sandy needs to know? And it's Sandil. I'm sorry, I missed that out. So the problem you have, Sandil, is that you always get lost in your partner. So you basically you turn into a vacuum, or like the vision I'm getting is something like, those lampreys that they latch onto the shark and they just hang on and they go along for the ride, and they don't care where they're going. Why? Because they're on for the ride, and if that shark moves up or shark moves down, you move with it, right? And for you, you've got to stop losing yourself in the relationship, because it pushes people away, because it crowds them in. And what you got to do is find your own energy. Your own energy is magnetic, but when you're always pulling on somebody else's energy, generally what happens is it causes a push away rather than the pull that you want. Even though you're sucking on them, they're not, they're going to move away and they're going to run. And for you, you need to find that love within yourself, sit with yourself. And as you sit with yourself, then start to find the confidence to be by yourself. And as you're willing to be by yourself, and not, even if you are by yourself, just because you're not willing to be by yourself, and you'll find distraction after distraction not to sit with yourself. That's the problem. You need to find that time to just sit with yourself and ask yourself, why is it that you need to prove yourself to anybody? And once you find that love in yourself and realize that you don't need to prove yourself to anybody, you don't have to play small, you can be who you are. And that right person, the one you're meant to attract, will finally start to come in because now you're in alignment. I hope that helps you. Um, and please don't forget to like, follow, and share and subscribe. That is my biggest requirement for anybody who does get a card. Because, like I say, not everybody's going to. And let's see who else we have. So, bye, Maria Helberg. I appreciate you for following. I appreciate everybody who is sharing. So we'll try to get to some of those that are kind of following the rules. Should you stay or should you go? That's a choice, right? That's not something the cards should tell you. I'll give you a should you stay, right? Because should you stay or go is two parts. And Spirit's saying tonight, ask yourself. And when you ask yourself why it's saying good luck is because if you truly get to your heart space is going to tell you. They don't want to answer it for you because this is conscious free will choice that you need to make. And don't rely on the cards to tell you what you already know in your heart. Trust yourself a little bit more. I hope that helps you. Let me know here you already know the answer in your heart. You're just not willing to look at it yet. But sit with yourself and do look at it. And let me see who else we have here. And let's see. Bonnie from Ireland, how are you over there? You sitting here with a pint of Guinness? Are you doing an Irish dance? Let me know. I have some friends that are champion Irish dancers, or at least their children are. They're world champion Irish dancers. Let's get you a card. And for you, it's home needs TLC, right? You gotta clear the energy, shades the shit out of the place, move some things around, stale energy everywhere for you. You need to clean that up. It's time for you to get a fresh start. You can't keep on letting everything stagnate in your house. And Sam, I did an activation of remembrance for you and you felt it that day. Well, that's awesome. I am so happy that that happened. If you want, perhaps think about booking a personal session. I have minis that run $25, and I have full ones that run 60. And we can really, get in there and get you some really, really strong codes that'll be usable for months if you feel guided towards it. But I appreciate that everything did happen, and within the hour. That's just nothing short of amazing, and it's because you were open for it. That's how it works. Um, so let's see who else we have. And thank you, Des. I always love that you're always promoting for me. I so appreciate it. And let's see what we have here. And so for you, and Ashley, just hang on. I'll try to get you some advice. Give me a few minutes here, and we'll see what we can do for you. Just remember, we don't want to respond to desperation. What we want to do is respond to truth. And so the best way to do it is just breathe into it for a few minutes. And once I feel your energies calm down a little bit, enough to receive the truth, then I'll pull something for you. So Charlene Contra from Virginia Beach, how is Virginia Beach treating you? You know what I love to do at Virginia Beach? I love to go see Captain George over at Captain George's. I know you know where that place is. Best crab legs ever. My daughter and I, we always go there. She's down in South Carolina going to school, and it's just nothing short of amazing. Captain George's. It's well worth any time I go. I have like 6 T-shirts and a hat from there. And for you, uh, Spirit's saying for you, it's you need to move in silence a little bit, right? Don't tell everybody what you're about to do, because people are there just listening, trying to kind of snake out some of your energy, some of your ideas. Spirit's saying for now, whatever moves you're making, do it in silence. Don't tell everybody your plans, because somebody around you is not in the best of energy, and they're going to kind of suck that plan away, and you don't want that to happen. I hope that makes sense for you. And let's see what else we have here. And let me see who else is calling to me in this now moment. So let's see where we are with Ashley. Ashley, have you taken a few breaths? Just let me know. Just take a few more breaths in, and let's see what you're at, what's going on in your energy. Let's see what's the cards are saying for you. That's all right. Try. That's all we want to do is try a little bit. And, as you try, as you make a choice, then it will happen organically. So, Spirit is throwing out one card for you, Ashley, and it's saying bad habits, drugs, addictions, toxicities. So, you're around either people with huge bad habits or you've got some habits within yourself. And Spirit's saying it's a choice now. You're at a crossroads, right? And bad habits doesn't just mean drugs. It could mean any type of addiction, whether it's food, whether that's sex, whether that's following the Kardashians, doom scrolling on social media or watching too much TV. It can mean a lot of things. You already know what that habit is. And Spirit's saying you're at a crossroads. Do you keep going on to this space, which is keeping you in the place that you're at, or do you choose to heal yourself, choose to make a change? Because it's a choice. It's not going to happen without you choosing. You have to choose you, and when you're ready to choose you, things are going to change. I hope that helps you. And Brenda, I see you there, but remember what we say. I've seen you many times. We only ask once. The more you ask, the less I answer. You gotta be in that energy of less desperation. This is what we say. This is a clarity space, right? Not a free for all. If you're here to truly heal, here's something real or it'll align with your next step. You're in the right place. If you're looking to interrupt, demand, project, urgency, desperation, you won't find traction here. I do not offer performance. I offer presence. So when you're ready for something real, then we can begin. So just you know the rules here. You've been here enough times. You have to be patient. And sometimes you get called, sometimes you don't. And this is a call out for everybody, not just Brenda. These are the rules. Within that space, let's see who else is asking. Um, so where are we here? And thank you, Sam. Let's see. So Denise, if you're still here, let's pull you a card. I feel it's this deck here that's calling you. And let's see. And beware, I see somebody who looks like a scammer about ready to come in. So when you see that, message me in your inbox, you know it's a scammer. I feel the energy already coming through. Hopefully my field rejects it. But if it doesn't, you know what to do. Just delete the guy. I'll delete them too once they present themselves. So for you, Elizabeth, this is around two things here, right? It's somebody's holding your heart, and we have door to romance, right? And so what Spirit's saying, when I see these two cards together, and you know who this is, you got to let go of this one that's holding your heart, because this right here, the door to romance is ready to open, but not until you make space for it. That's why it's a door. You notice the heart's in a cage. He's holding a heart. You put your heart in a cage. It's time for you to do a heart healing. It's time for you to let go of this person. You're perfect for that new healing that I put out on YouTube on my Silver Fox Spiritual. It's for free, and it's to release that thing that you just don't want to release. You're afraid to release. You don't know what life would look like without this person or energy in your life, and it's time for you to let it go when you're ready. And when you're ready, that healing is there. And thank you, Denise. I appreciate that you did watch. I hope that resonated with you. And, like I say, if you feel something resonate, you're welcome to reach out. I work with those who are ready for real shifts, and that's what I do. I work on people I won't even say work on, I work with people, because my healing is not about me healing you. It's about me basically witnessing you create the healing within yourself, and I just create the safe space for that healing to happen. It's not anything I can consciously do, because you have to choose to heal. I can't choose for you. I can't force you. I'm not projecting any energy. I'm not taking any energy. What I'm doing is I'm just witnessing you doing the healing with a little bit of awareness that I can bring in to help you heal. I hope that makes sense. And that's why light language can work that way. And so let's see who else we have here. And so, Denise, let's get you a card and then let's see what else is going on here. So for Denise, let's see what Spirit is trying to say. And yeah, Liz, I pull, like I say, I pull through authenticity. And once you pull out of trying to be a healer, trying to perform, we don't perform here. We get what we get and we don't get upset. And sometimes the truth stings, sometimes it doesn't, but the truth will come out as you allow it, and you allowed it to come out, and it came out. And so, for you, Denise, Spirit saying F being nice, right? But be nice, but not too nice. And what does that mean? It means stop being a people pleaser. You're people pleasing everybody. You're being who everybody wants you to be, kind of like a chameleon, right? And we don't want to do that because you want to be to your true self. And so a lot of us play that game where we dim ourselves, we make ourselves small, we try to adapt because we think people are going to like us more if I just wear the right shirt or I say the right things or I say what I don't want to say because I want to fit in. And Spirit's saying it's enough of this because by the time when you're trying to play that small, what you're doing is you're shrinking yourself and you're losing your abundance. So you need to get back into your abundant self, which means to get rid of all these false stories and be who you truly are. I hope that helps you. And so within that, let's see who else we have here. Uh, And Tracy, you want to be healed. The best way to be healed is to choose, right? It starts with a choice, and then every next step comes in. Look at what's in resonance with you in this now moment. And sometimes, a specific healer, myself or anybody else, is in resonance. You'll be guided to them. And then, you know what? You'll say, I've done enough with this energies, and now it's time for me to move on my own or create my own energies. And that's okay because everything happens in the now moment and it's always a choice. And you just have to make a choice. And the biggest choice is always to choose you. That's where the healing starts, but it's a choice. Doesn't happen automatically. It doesn't happen on portals. It doesn't happen uh, with astrology or anything else. It happens when you choose. Everything else is a stepping stone. So I hope that makes sense to you. And like I say, it's the same answer for you, Mahala Firmako. It's all about choice. Choose to heal, choose to feel, choose to get off that karmic hamster wheel. And I hope that makes sense to you all. At one point, I'm going to make some T-shirts and stickers. A lot of people asked about that, and it's something I don't know if you noticed behind me. I'm rebranding what's underneath me, where I put the cards on. That's my old logo that was drawn by a very dear friend of mine. And so what I did was I worked that same energy, but with expansion, because you always have to expand, you always have to change, you always have to grow. And so the new logo behind me is my new logo. I'll have a new mouse pad that's going to also have that new logo on it. And we grow. Everybody grows. Everybody works on themselves. If you choose, that's what I do as well. And so hopefully everything will remain in tow. So new month, new year, new energies, right? As we heal, as we expand, we make some choices. So yeah, it's a karma hamster wheel, and it is a hamster wheel because you just keep on cycling it lifetime after lifetime until you try to until you're choosing, right? And as you consciously start to choose and you see the choices that you're making, and mostly it's your subconscious more than it is your conscious mind. And what you have to do is you have to take control of that because you've let your subconscious and your superconscious go on autopilot for when I say eons and eons, billions of lifetimes. And as you've done it, they've done the choosing for you. And sometimes not in the interest of what you want consciously because they're trying to protect you. They're trying to keep you small. They're trying to keep you where you are because they feel it's safe. But if you want to grow, you got to get out of safety and you have to create your own uh, future. So with that, let's let's take a look. And Kaletica, I appreciate you appreciating what we're saying here. So I'm going to get you a card. I feel called to get you a card. Let's see what we have. And thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. So, Coletica, for you, we got, wow, 4 cards came out. And so you may or may not like what's coming through here, but it's something in this now moment for you. And so let me just go look at each of these cards as a full picture. And so Spirit is saying that there is a connection that you have, right? And it's filled with deceit. And so Spirit's saying, hold on, right? Watch this connection because there's another connection as well. You notice there's 2 people here, right? And one of them is in deceit. And when we see this card here, especially, and I'm going to hold it up so hopefully everybody can see it a little bit better, even on the phone, right? It's a magician in a mirror. And you know what it is? So there's a difference between magic and the mirror, the reflection, right? The magic is the true frequency of love, the frequency of self, the manifesting energy, the creative energy, the energy of creation, which is love. And then there's the mirror, which reflects. And that reflects illusion because it's not love. It's just a reflection. It's a faint symbol of love. And so what's happening is that you're stuck between not knowing what is illusion and what is real. And that's why we see the caring connection and the deceit, because you don't know which is the magic. This is the magic here, not here, but you're not sure where it is. And Spirit says what you got to do is open up your heart, right? You have to get into that appreciation. As you open up your heart, then you're going to see the real versus the illusion. Smash that mirror, smash it, smash it, smash it into a billion pieces because that mirror is not helping you at all. It's keeping you stuck. And I hope that helps you. So I'll simplify it for you, Coletica. In the short term, uh, you're confused. You're not seeing the forest through the trees. You're not seeing the magic. You're seeing the illusion. You're seeing through the mirror. Get out of the mirror, smash it, smash the illusion that's holding you back, and get into the space of magic. And that's love, and that's opening your heart. You think you live in gratitude, but your heart's saying something different. There's a cage around it. You have to open up your heart. You need to do a heart healing. And so, it's what it says on there, Coletica. It says Coletecai. That's Coletica in my mind. Coletica, whatever it is. I look at the screen names. I focus on that. I give people names that even on people who I know, I give them a different name because I see the frequency of their name, and that's the frequency I see. Uh, I won't be shy about that. That's just how I am. I tell the truth. I tell it as I see it. So I hope it makes sense to you. And again, it's a choice. But you have to choose to smash the mirror. You can't just sit and circle the drain. Um, so with that, let's see what else I have here. And let's see where we are. Yeah, heart healing, Coletica. So that's anybody's heart healing, whether it's mine or whether it's somebody else's. I have a whole bunch of free ones at my YouTube channel, Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube. They're all for free. If you find that it resonates, it helps, and you start to find that clarity from the illusion, that will then reach out for a healing. If you don't, and you see somebody else that you resonate, that's just fine too. I don't sell customers. I attract people who resonate. Sam, I don't do any mentorship. I just do healing. My mentorship is online here for all to see. And yeah, Coletica, because you're not in a place where you're ready to understand that, and that's okay. I've just planted the seed. Your soul knows what needs to happen, and it's now just time for you to let it bake. Don't worry. Don't try to find so much meaning in everything. You were called here just to let this seed grow, and that's okay. Don't don't worry about it. You'll get it. It'll click like a light bulb, probably a couple days. Maybe when you sleep, you're going to get it. But for right now, it's okay. You you came here, you were called, and you got the information you needed. Let the rest work in the timing that's good for you. Um, so Let's see who else we have. Susan Clark Sinkla. Let's see what we've got for you today. For you, you're another expectation person, right? And so you've got so many expectations and so many unfulfilled ones, and it creates disappointments. And this is also a collective message because I'm seeing it 2 or 3 times now. And when we see things like this, it means that the collective who's called here to watch this live are meant to see this. Just because you didn't get card pulled, it doesn't mean there's not a message for you. And that's generally the collective message, and that's why you get guided here because people here are attracted. I don't force them in. I don't kind of advertise to pull them in. Everything is through resonance and frequency. And if you've been called here, it's your resonance and frequency is in place when you want to heal and you want to really get serious about, connecting to self. And so Spirit's saying stop focusing on expectations, because expectations, as we all know, I've said it 1,000 times today, leads to nothing but disappointments. And that's not where we want to be, right? We don't want to be in disappointment. We want to allow, we want to flow. And what happens is when we create expectation, it creates resistance to the manifestation. And as we create that resistance, things get delayed more and more and more and more. And that's where we want to get out of. We want to start healing those expectations, because then we're expecting you have to wait for things to align. I have to wait for this. It's divine timing. And when you get to that place, what happens is that you're constantly circling the field, but never actually having the field manifest within you because it's just out of reach. So once you release those expectations and allow things to flow in its natural order, they'll flow and they'll flow fast. So I hope that helps you. And let's see what we have here. Um, So Tiffany, yes, you may have a card. I just had to scroll up and see you didn't ask 1,000 times, which I'm glad you didn't because I don't respond to urgency. I feel for you, this deck is what is calling me, Tiffany. All right. Uh, so for you, Tiffany, be very careful. I don't see this card come up very often, but if you are not being careful with who you're with, or you're being kind of, shall we say, casual with who you're with, uh, make sure you're wearing a lot of protection. Make sure your person's wearing a lot of protection because there's a risk of something going on here. Uh, when we see this coming with this one screenshot, getting evidence, proof, and facts, that means that you'll be trying to dig in. Who was it that gave that to you, and you don't want to be in that place. Spirit saying, sit back, meditate, and reflect on this because this is a kind of final warning. I don't know if it makes sense, but it is what it is. Um, I don't choose what cards come out; they just come out. And let's see who else we have here. I'm going to it's 53 minutes in. Usually I stay till about 55. I'm going to answer one more person. I just want to see who it is. Please make sure you're slamming the follow button because I'd like to try to get to that 5,000 mark. We're just starting to get to that close area, but we're not quite there yet. And so let's see who I feel guided to. Um, I think Danny Innerglow Healing Noosa, you're going to be my last reading, and so let's see what we have for you, and then we're going to just do our usual commercials at the end. And for you, this is another one. This is a collective one. Be nice, but not too nice. Not everyone deserves your kindness, and stop people pleasing, right? This is the people pleaser. This is that person that's always trying to be everything for everybody. And even when you're not happy with what somebody's saying or doing, you're being nice to keep the peace. Spirit saying stop. Allow only the things that are in authenticity to be with you, and you need to be in that same authenticity because as you are in your authenticity, the people that are creating this drama, they're going to fade away. That's what Spirit's asking for you. And Tiffany, most likely an STD or something in that effect. So be very careful. Could be a pregnancy too. You never know. But Spirit's just saying, yeah, it's time to just be really careful. There's an energy around you that could create this, and Spirit's saying, go within and try to heal that energy. So with that, I thank everybody for showing up today. I appreciate it. This is, as I said, a clarity space, not a free-for-all. Everybody here has pretty much followed the rules, except for maybe one, and that's okay. We basically told them the rules when we hold the boundaries. I hold those boundaries very tight. You're here to heal. You want something real, align with your next step. You're in the right place. If you're looking to interrupt, demand, or project, you won't find that traction here. As you can see, I don't offer performance. I offer presence. So if you're ready for something real, let's begin, right? And I usually will say this too: if it's lit something in you, don't ignore it. Next step might already be waiting. You're free to reach out if you're so guided. I do private sessions. Silverfoxspiritual at Gmail is how you contact me. The sessions run anywhere from $25 to $60 for healings, and they're usually done through email, unless it's a really urgent need, and then maybe we'll do it through Zoom. And the Zoom ones would run a lot more because it requires a lot more energy. They would be in that 100 mark. But for the readings, it's $10 to $60. I have some, short little reads. Most of them are done through email, but the $60 read, which is a full reading, is one that I do via Zoom. Again, it's 30 to 35-minute Zoom where we do cards. We, answer whatever questions or do a general, and then we spin on a dime as the cards come out. We see what is in resonance and what's not, and then we follow the trail because we work with energies. We don't work with stories. Stories are not what's going to help you heal. We're a healing channel, so we work on energies and we see what energies are best for you in this now moment. And then when we take those energies, we're also going to look at, what is it that we can release or heal in that moment? And then we get a short light language, very similar to what we just did, for those of you who did participate, to kind of lighten up whatever is holding you down in this now moment. And that's the experience. I hope everybody got a chance to experience it. And with that, I'm going to call it a night. Please make sure you are going to my Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube. I also have a reading channel called Readings by Silver Fox, mostly a backup for this channel, for these lives for my viewers from India that they don't allow TikTok, and it's a shame because I'd love to see them here. And also on Instagram and Facebook as well. So make sure you are following me on all the different medias. And again, I thank you for spending this time with me. And I hope everybody's just having a wonderful evening, and we'll see you at the next live. I do have some slots open for Thursday and Sunday. Reach out because those are the days I do the full readings. And all of my prices are on my profile. I have two menus up there. One's in the pinned comments, and the other's a big yellow video. You can take a look at it. It's a two-pager that shows the list of services. So everybody have a great day. And like we say here at Silver Fox, right? You got to feel to heal, right? And you got to choose. So you got to choose to feel to heal. And as you heal, you can exit that karmic hamster wheel. So let's all find the exit together and have a great day.